lines are now closed. Do not call or text. The following show is controversial and contains content you may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. 98FM.
This is 98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Thursday evening, Thursday, the 16th day of February 2017. And how are you tonight? Hope everything is good with you between now and midnight tonight. This is Adrian Kennedy. This is 98FM's Dublin Talks. Coming up on tonight's programme, amongst other things, I'll be talking to a man who is engaged to be married, but his family aren't happy. And it's not that they're not happy with his partner. It's not that they're not happy for him. They're not happy that he has moved on too quick after his wife died just a year ago. And he's already engaged to be married again. That's the bit that the family aren't happy about. And the question we're asking later on is, how soon is too soon to move on after a tragedy like that? We'd also be hearing how a huge amount of children are being diagnosed as having ADHD when they actually don't. They're being diagnosed so that they'll get certain allowances, but they don't actually have ADHD. We'll be talking about that later on. And much more besides, between now and midnight tonight.
98FM. The show getting Dublin talking.
98FM's Dublin Talks.
I'm Adrian Kennedy, and that man there is Jeremy.
Now, in a couple of moments, I'm going to be letting you know. I know a lot of you lads listening, maybe you're going on stag weekends this year. I'll be giving you the rundown of the top 10 things that men are now doing on stag weekends. And I'm going to give you a clue. Strip clubs are not on the list.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's probably... What's the expression? Day passé now.
Going to a strip club is so old-fashioned.
It's a thing of the past. But some of the things are actually fascinating. So stay tuned for that to find out what your man is going to be doing on his stag weekend.
By the way, I want to let you know about something that is happening on tomorrow morning's programme here at 98FM.
Oh, of course, yes.
At around about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to be making a big announcement. A big announcement. Okay? This is something that
affects you.
Affects you, yes.
Yeah.
It's something that you want to know about. And we'll be announcing it at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, right here on Dublin's 98FM. So make sure you don't miss the morning show tomorrow morning between 10 and 12 for that big announcement.
Can we not break the embargo and announce it now?
No, because...
Can we not be those radio presenters that are like, we break the rules. The boss tells us to do one thing and we do the other.
You do it. I'll just sit back.
Tomorrow morning, Dublin Talks. I don't have the balls to do them. So.
No, we have a big announcement tomorrow morning on the programme. Make sure you're here from 10 a.m. to find out what that big announcement is. But it's big. Okay? It's big. It's tomorrow morning.
How big, though?
It's very big. It's about this big. Look, it's that big. It's huge. It's a big announcement. Tomorrow morning, 98FM's Dublin Talks.
And will listeners be shocked by it?
They won't be shocked by it, no. I don't think they'll be shocked. But we have
They'll be excited.
They will. Now, did you play football when you were a kid?
Yes, I did. I was well, I know the story you're going to say, and this didn't really affect me because I was, for my junior football team, I was a goalkeeper.
Oh, were you? Okay.
So I didn't have to head the ball.
Well,
my nickname was Head the Ball, but I didn't actually have to head the ball.
Okay, well, evidence of dementia linked to football emerges. And the question is, and this is now being discussed, is it time to stop children heading footballs? Now, okay, renewed calls to stop children heading heavy balls. Footballers have been urged to give their brains to medicine after they die, amid the first scientific link between heading the ball and early onset dementia. So basically, if your kid is heading a football regularly as they play their game, yeah?
Yes.
They may develop early onset dementia later on in life.
I get that because a child, it's different to an adult. An adult's, like my cranium, my skull is fully formed. So some would argue it's not, but it actually is.
A lot would argue that it's not.
No, my skull is fully formed, as is yours. So when you're an adult, you can take a lot more, you can take a beating to your head. But when you were a child, your cranium isn't fully formed. So I can get where they're coming from. So what are we saying? Should they ban heading the ball for kids?
That's what experts identified a serious brain condition called chronic traumatic encephalopathy or something like that.
It's pronounced Silaf.
Encephalopathy. That word, yeah. Or CTE. We'll go with CTE, in deceased ex-players. The study spanning 4 decades will trigger further calls for under-11s to be stopped heading the ball.
Okay, how do you feel about that? Text us now, 087 798 98 98. 087 798 98 98 is our text or WhatsApp number. Do you think what are you saying, under 11s?
Under 11s, yeah.
Do you think under 11s should be banned from heading the ball? Now, I do think, and this is something we've discussed before, I think under 11 should be banned from rugby. I think pre-teens, anybody under the age of 18 should be banned from rugby because of the dangers to it. But yeah, we need to protect our children, don't we? I mean, if your kid was at home...
But how often, in a game of football, how often is the average child going to be heading a ball? Not that often.
Okay, but if your kid was at home, say your 6-year-old kid was at home and he was standing at the wall, okay, in the house, and he was doing this.
Headbutting the wall,
banging his head off the wall constantly, you would tell him to stop. That's gonna hurt you. So why are we allowing?
But my point is, in an average football game, how often is a child heading a ball? Not that often.
How long does it take? And this isn't helicopter parenting. Do you know what helicopter parenting is?
No.
Have you never heard that expression?
No.
A helicopter parent is a parent who hovers over their child to make sure no harm ever comes to them.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's what a helicopter parent. This isn't
never heard of that.
This isn't helicopter parenting. This is protecting your children from brain damage, surely. In the same way I have a problem with kids playing boxing. It's a disgusting sport to put a child into, isn't it?
Okay, well, text or WhatsApp your opinion to 0877 98 98 98. Jason says, I don't know how true this is, Gary Lineker refused to head a football for that very reason. How could he have gone through a professional career and not headed a football? That can't be right.
I don't think that is right.
That can't be right.
No, Gary Lineker never got a yellow card in that.
No, I didn't.
No, never booked or sent off.
Ex-Liverpool footballer Ian St. John has claimed links between dementia and heavy footballs have been covered up by the FA as they announced funding for further research. You see,
okay, so you're saying they shouldn't be banned, and I'm saying they should be.
I don't see how the odd heading of a football is going to do anybody any harm.
But you're not a brain surgeon.
No, I'm not a brain surgeon.
You're not an expert in head trauma.
No, I certainly am not. But, heading a ball every now and again, maybe it's just me. Does anybody agree? You can text or WhatsApp your opinion to 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98.
Do you never head a ball when you're playing a football match and you're seeing stars after it?
Yes.
And you're an adult?
Yes.
I mean, I've often played five-a-side football, and the ball wouldn't be the heaviest ball that you play five-a-side football with, but you'd head the ball, you give the ball an awful whack with your head, and you wouldn't be seeing stars after it. So you think about that's doing to an 11-year-old that has a very thin cranium.
You see, okay, Kerry sent a message there a second ago and she says, this is the biggest load of rubbish I've ever heard. Sure, you may as well stop them running around at all.
I should be talk to you, Kerry, on the air. Give us a call. 6797 981 is...
Anyway, does anybody agree that children should be stopped? Another message says it should definitely be banned until you're under 16 or under 18. Most definitely they should. Children's bodies aren't fully developed and kids are different sizes and everything else, so stop them heading footballs.
As I said, if your child was at home banging his head against the wall, you would tell him to stop because of the damage that it's doing to them. So
at what point in a football game do you constantly head the ball over and over and over again? You don't. Okay, so that's ridiculous.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a second because they have revealed on the net today the top 10 things that men are now doing for stag weekends. Have you ever been on a stag weekend?
I have, yes indeed.
What did you do for your stag weekend?
The usual pub crawls and
strippers,
hookers, all that sort of
hookers.
Stuff. No hookers, no. The usual, yeah. Why?
Because strip clubs is now not the most popular thing to do for a stag weekend. The most popular thing to do for stag weekend, believe it or not, now is to go to a football match, as in a weekend, go to see United play on a Saturday with all the lads.
All right, very good. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Also on the list is water sports. What do you think of water sports for a stag weekend?
Wouldn't be my idea of a fun stag weekend. I'm just not into it.
Have you ever tried water sports?
I've seen videos and stuff and it just doesn't appeal to me at all.
Really?
No.
Don't knock it.
No, it's just not my thing. Why? Water sports? Like what sorts of water sports?
Well, have you ever tried a water sport activity weekend? Where you just engage yourself in water sports for
a whole weekend.
For a whole weekend.
No, that sounds boring, actually.
Why river rafting?
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could be into that.
That's water sports. Canoeing.
Oh, yeah, I'd be into that.
Kayaking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a very popular thing to do. How about a weekend of shooting?
I thought all stag weekends would involve that, but...
Yeah, paintballing and airsoft, the third most popular
you see,
thing
I
to
actually
do.
went on a stag weekend with my now brother-in-law many years ago, and we did paintballing, and I would never do it again, because I got hurt.
How about a golfing weekend?
No, boring.
Oh, okay. Camping?
No.
No, okay. A surfing weekend?
Surfing? Maybe, yeah. I'd love to try surfing, actually.
How about a casino weekend? I presume you'd have to go somewhere where there's a casino. Oh, here's one for you, Adrian. A brewery tour weekend.
That sounds brilliant.
Where you basically go from brewery to brewery for the weekend.
That sounds absolutely fantastic, yeah.
And
I'm in.
The final one, I don't know if anybody knows what this is. I've never heard of this, which is popular for stags. Zorbing.
What's zorbing?
I don't know what zorbing is. Is it some sort of sexual thing?
I have no idea.
Should I be worried?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Does anybody know what zorbing is? It's been now voted the fifth most popular thing for men to do for stag weekends. Zorbing. Zorbing.
No, I have to admit,
Adrian, have you ever done a bit of zorbing?
I may have, but I'm not aware that I have. Zorbing? No, I've never heard of zorbing. What's zorbing?
I think that's code word for something filthy, is it? I mean, you say to if your missus asks you, what did you do the weekend? I did zorbing.
Would she know to be annoyed with you?
Hi, honey, I'm home. I was zorbing for the whole weekend.
Is she going to throw a plate at you, or is she going to give you a hug?
But I want to discuss as well that strip clubs aren't on the I thought going to a strip club was the hallmark of a stag weekend, isn't it?
I would have thought so as well. Lads being lads, a group of lads together.
Is it considered cheating, though?
What, going to a strip club?
Yeah.
No, it's only a bit of crack. It's not like you're going off with the girl and spending the night with her in your hotel room.
So it's not cheating?
I don't think so.
You see, I think women think differently, don't they?
Well, okay, let's try and find out.
We're two men talking about this, so obviously there's not a man alive. I doubt even the Pope believes that going to a strip club is cheating. Can we get the Pope on the line?
I don't think he's listening.
He's probably zorbing at the moment.
He is. Zorbing? What is zorbing?
I have no idea what zorbing is.
Does anybody know what zorbing is? Please tell me.
So what are you saying? That
I don't think it's cheating, but I want to find out whether or not ladies agree. Is it cheating? Would you be disgusted if you found out your fella had gone to a strip club?
No, we're only talking about a stag weekend. Because obviously if your fella is going out 5 nights a week going to strip clubs, he's a sexual deviant probably.
He is a bit, yeah.
But if it's a stag weekend, and you see, here's the problem. Say there's one fella in the group going on the stag weekend, all the lads are going into a strip club. He's not going to turn around and go, lads,
I'm not going.
This is actually morally repugnant. I don't want to go into that dirty place because the women are naked and it's horrible. I think anybody that has a problem with strip clubs has never been to one. Sure, they haven't.
Yeah, probably.
Because I think people have this perception. I've been to several strip clubs. So have you, haven't you?
In my day, I have.
In fact, we ended up in one night. I don't know how.
We won't talk about that.
We've both been to strip clubs, so we can tell you what they're like. But I think women haven't been to strip clubs, so they don't know what they're like. Sure, they don't.
No, probably not.
And I think they have this preconception that there's all sorts of goings-ons, that there's zorbing going on in strip clubs.
Is there, though? Well, okay, I want you to text me yes or no to 0877 98 98 98. Is it cheating to go to a strip club on a stag weekend? Would you be annoyed? Would it bother you? Tell me your opinion, please, on 0877 98 98 98.
Because I'm telling you now, if you believe that your fella has never been to a strip club, you don't know him very well. 99.9% of men have been to a strip club at some stage. Would you agree with that?
I think so, yeah. I do.
If not 100%.
No, maybe not.
There's not
100.
one man listening to
this.
this.
A few geeky lads probably haven't gone.
Oh, it's degrading to women, and it's demoralising women, and it's making women out to be pieces of meat.
You talking about that fella? He's not listening.
No,
today.
he's not. No. Okay, zorbing. Bill, what is zorbing?
Basically, it's you go inside a bigger flavour ball and go down a hill race, or you get into another flavour ball that covers your whole torso and your feet are out, and you sort of run into each other and knock each other over.
Jeez, remind me
version of Skittles.
Remind me not to go on that stag weekend then.
I know, I don't get it either.
Hang on, I've just been sent a photograph of zorbing. Hang on, wait.
So you're inside an inflatable ball.
Yeah.
So that probably
And
does
you go
happen.
down hills.
Yeah, that probably does happen in the strip club then, does it, Adrian?
There, look,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
just sent us a
yeah,
photograph.
yeah.
That's zorbing. You're inside one of them.
Yeah, I've seen it before. And what do you do when you're in the big inflatable ball?
You're going down a hill. You're basically racing down a hill where a gangy is. It's like a track. And going down the hill. And I'll tell you one thing, the dinner a hangover would be good.
But you do it once and it's like, oh, wow, okay, I went down the hill in the big ball. That was fascinating. How many
What happens after that?
Yeah, how many times do you have to do it?
Well, if you're still alive or you haven't got sick, I think you should. I don't know. I haven't done it now. I just know what it is.
Actually, it actually looks deadly.
But for
I'm just looking. So loads of people are sending photographs into us on WhatsApp. It actually looks like great fun.
But lads, a whole weekend of
No,
running.
you wouldn't spend a whole weekend in one of these balls now. But it's part of your fun. It's brilliant fun, apparently.
Bill, have you ever been on a stag night?
Yeah, I've had.
Did you end up in the strip club?
Wouldn't interest me in the slightest.
What?
Wouldn't interest me in the slightest.
Are you saying?
Wouldn't interest me in the slightest.
I've been to one or two of them, and I got in there, and I said, "What the?
Are you saying
No,
that? Are you saying that with your tongue in your cheek?
No, because my wife has the perfect body.
Oh God Almighty! So you've never you went to a strip club and it didn't do anything for you?
Nothing for me in any way, shape, or form. This look, not touch. No. That's just annoying. No, it's well, I think like a strip club for men and women going to male strippers. I think the whole it's completely separate. It's complete. I mean, I think the women's strip club has a sleazy look about it, but the male strippers that the women go to, I don't know what they're called, the chain or whatever they're called. That's a bit of crack for them.
Yeah. It's
women go mental.
It is very different.
And
the lads are on stage. Yeah, it is very different.
And why do you-
But strip clubs, no interest.
Do you think?
No interest.
Do you think strip? I mean, were you not titillated?
No, doesn't interest me slightly.
Were you not aroused in any way?
Nope. Not interested in the wouldn't interest me in any way, shape, or form.
Now I have to admit, yeah, I had a lap dance done about maybe 10 years ago.
Never had that done.
And it did nothing for me. Nothing. In fact, if anything, I felt like a gobshite because they asked you.
I totally agree.
Yeah,
I know
they ask you to sit on your hands, and you just feel like a fool.
If anybody's been degraded, it's actually the man being degraded in a strip club.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's not the other way around. The men are being the great in the strip club. They're second idiots are going and paying for that. And them girls are going at the back of labs saying, bloody idiots.
Yeah.
And when you went to the strip club, did you tell your wife afterwards that you'd been to it?
I haven't. It was well before I met her. About 15 years ago, I think, was the last one.
Okay, so you're out on the stag weekend next weekend, okay, and you've done your zorbing, and all the lads say they're in Galway for argument's sake, because Galway is renowned for there's some. I believe there's some great strip clubs in
Oh no, there is. I showed you a photograph of one earlier on.
And supposing you're in Galway and all the lads are going into the strip club for a night, are you going to turn around and go, "No, lads, this isn't for me"?
Oh yeah, sure. It's not for me. I'm not going to do it.
So you're going to be sitting in Supermax eating taco fries when the lads are getting a lap dance.
I'd stay in the pub.
Right, Bill.
I'd stay in the pub.
Good man, Bill. Thanks very much. Can I just tell you the undercurrent? Can I tell you the undercurrent of that whole conversation? Yeah.
Sarcasm.
No, Bill's wife is listening.
Or sarcasm.
Or sarcasm, yeah.
Keep the text coming in, 0877 98 98 98. Is it cheating to go to a strip club on a stag weekend? I firmly believe any woman has a problem with a man going to a strip club. It's her own insecurities. Would you agree? That she's afraid that he's going to see something at the strip club and he's going to go, "Oh, look at that. I'm not used to that."
Okay, Kira sent us this message. She says, she's in the hairdressers, so she can't talk, right?
Why can't you talk in the hairdressers?
Obviously, when you're getting your highlights done, you can't talk.
Yes, you can. You can put your phone up to your head.
Hi, lads. I'm getting married in the morning. Oh, so she is getting her hair done now for tomorrow, yeah?
I thought you got your hair done on the day of the wedding.
It's a bit of an odd hour to be getting your hair done when your wedding is tomorrow, but...
I know, you can get it done at this hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Who would get their hair done at this hour when they're getting married tomorrow? But anyway, I'm getting married in the morning, and my fiancé went into a strip club on his stag weekend in December, and I'd absolutely no problem with it. He's marrying me, and it was his stag weekend, so what's the issue?
There's no issue. I don't get the issue. It's insecurity.
Liz, your husband has been to plenty of lap dancing clubs or strip clubs or whatever.
I said that he had been on plenty of stag weekends and there had been strip clubs involved, and it doesn't bother me at all, really.
It's just men being men, is it?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, and I know that I'm in the minority because I have plenty of girlfriends whose husbands and whose boyfriends, like they would have a huge problem with them going on stag weekends where they're going to strip clubs and stuff. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, see, that's where I have an issue with these relationships. When you start telling your partner what they can and cannot do, what's going to happen is your partner is going to do it behind your back. And would you? The point I'm making is, if you're a woman listening, would you not rather your husband be upfront and say, I'm going to a stag do? Because he's going to do it.
Or when he came home, we had a great night on Saturday, ended up in a strip club.
Yeah. Rather than him lying about it. And what sort of women are these women, these friends of yours that have an issue with it?
I mean, how do you mean, sorry?
Are they possessed? Are they psychos, basically?
No, not at all. They just, I think that it would probably just make them feel a bit uncomfortable. Whereas, I mean, what you were saying there, I completely agree. I think that girls who kind of would freak out about it almost encourage deceitful behaviour.
Yes, it encouraged them to lie. So, I mean, I imagine like a group of lads on a stag weekend. If 5 of them, say there's 10 of them, and 7 of them say we're going to that strip club down the other 3 aren't going to say, oh well, I'm not going. I'm going to be a good boy. He'll go. Of course he'll go, but he'll end up going home and lying to his missus.
And that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think that certainly in these places they have. Well, I've never been, but I imagine that they have rules and stuff about you're not allowed to touch the girls, not allowed to do anything like they're not doing anything that they shouldn't be doing.
No, they're not going to end up in bed with a girl. No. It's just titillation, isn't that what they call it, Jeremy?
I've no idea, Adrian. Haven't been to one in years, donkey's years.
I actually here's a true story, Liz. Yeah. I have to tell this
story. What story is it?
Many years ago, our Jeremy did a live report from a lap dancing club. Yeah.
Okay.
And the most famous word that came out of his mouth, I'll never forget it. Well, how are you feeling, Jeremy? I am titillated, he said. Oh, it was pathetic. You were only about 16 then, were you?
I was 16 in a lap dancing club.
Thanks, Liz.
But no, Liz is making Liz is making a very valid point. When you tell somebody not to do something, they're more likely to do it.
It's like a kid.
Yeah. When my wife says to me, do the dishes, I deliberately don't do them. So when someone tells you not to do something, you are not going to a lap dancing club, you're going to go to the lap dancing club.
Okay, I got this message and it says, I'm going to Vegas in 3 weeks. If going to the strip club is cheating, she can dump me before I go. I do what I want. Any bloke that lets his missus decide where and when he can go away with the lads should wear knickers.
And you see as well, there's a hypocrisy here because how many 50 Shades movies have there been? 2 50 Shades movies, hasn't there?
There has
and
so
women went along to those 50 Shades movies. Did they ask men's permission? They were going along to see Jamie Dornan in the nip. Let's make no mistake about it. Yeah,
that's what they were
going for. Did they have to seek permission? Did my wife ask for permission when she read the 3 50 Shades books?
I'm sure she didn't.
No, she bloody didn't. When I got home and I saw them beside the bed locker, I was disgusted. I was.
Filth.
But did I say to her, no, honey, you can't read those 50 Shades? When are people going to get into their head that just because you're in a relationship, you do not own the person? And as long as they're not doing anything illegal, and lap dancing is not illegal, it's what men do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when are we going? We go after the show.
Years back, we were in Galway and went to the strip club in Salt Hill. Oh my God, what a horrible kip, says that person. Okay.
So when's your next stag weekend?
Later this year, I should imagine.
And your missus, is she fairly open-minded?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's grand, yeah.
And how does she feel about you going to a...
I don't think it'd bother her.
Have you ever asked her?
She actually paid for me to go into one once.
That's a bit perverted.
No, she did.
Why?
And then she checked afterwards if I was titillated at all.
Oh, she checked little Adrian?
Yeah, to make sure there was no titillation going on.
And was little Adrian...
No.
What?
No. It didn't do anything for me. I just said that. I felt like a fool. I think any man who's ever had a lap dance done and he's sitting on his hands, you do feel like a fool.
But was little Adrian, there wasn't even
no interest whatsoever, no.
Not even a twitch?
Nothing.
Not even a twitch?
Nothing.
I suppose that'd be Adrian's age, by the way, more than anything else.
Here's a question for you. Do you share the housekeeping chores in your home? Well, it is time to pick up that mop because, get a load of this, couples who don't divide the housework equally could be headed for divorce. Are you listening?
Well, you're looking at me. I do.
Because you don't do anything.
I actually do equal. We have a roster on our kitchen wall. I'll have to take a photograph of it.
A roster?
A roster. Is
really?
that what it's called? A roster?
What, Jeremy does hoovering at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.?
Yeah, we have it done now. Like, remember those timetables in school that you had that showed, like, economics, 9:30, Mrs. O'Brien's class, maths, 10:30. We have a roster like that on our fridge, and it's basically a timetable Monday to Friday and who does what jobs. And that way, there's never an argument. As in, I know that on a Thursday at 6 o'clock, it's my job to clean the toilet seat in the ensuite bathroom. That's my job. So I do it. And then mark it off the... It's kind of like, you know, when you go into the Jacks in a pub.
Oh, and it has little signatures. Here, those lads just sign them all at the start of the evening.
Oh, really?
Or at the end of the evening.
No, they don't.
Sorry, you have a roster of all your household chores.
Yeah, so that we don't forget everything.
Well, here's what this article says. It says, couples who don't divide housework equally are far more likely to split. Women tend to be more satisfied and less satisfied, and more likely to dump their partners if they don't acknowledge their contribution. So, basically, you're being warned to split the housework down the middle.
What housework job do you hate more than anything else? Actually, no, before you answer, let me ask the listeners very quickly. Text us very quickly on 087 798 98 98. Whether you're male or female, answer this question. What household chore do you hate? There's one household chore that everybody hates more than anything else. So let us know. Text us now, 087 798 98 98.
What is that one household chore that you despise?
What's your one?
I have a few.
No, just one.
Okay.
Don't be greedy.
Well, actually, no. There's none I despise.
Oh, no, I despise the brown ring around the bath.
Well, we don't use our bath. Very rarely gets used.
You know the ring of dirt around the bath?
Yeah, a bit of jiff.
What?
Or sif or whatever.
No, our one won't come off.
Actually, here's one I do hate, and thankfully we have a dishwasher, yeah? But I hate ever being anywhere...
And you're marrying her.
I hate ever being anywhere that you have to wash dishes. I just hate washing dishes. It's so tedious.
I think that's actually one of the easiest households.
No, I hate it. Just back to the lap dancing clubs for a second, yeah? My dad brought me to my first lap dancing club.
Oh, God.
We were in Manchester after watching United play, and we had a few on us. It was mad awkward. I'd say it was going to a lap dancing club with your old lad.
You see, the lap dancing clubs in the UK are they're hardcore. I believe. I've never been one in, but I've been to... I know lads who've been to Newcastle on stag weekends. Never let your fella go to a lap dancing club in Newcastle. Completely different to the ones in Dublin. In Dublin, it's more or less PG, isn't it, Adrian? Yeah, lap dancing clubs in Dublin are PG. In Newcastle, they're 18s.
They are, yeah.
They really are.
Just back to the guy who's going to Vegas, yeah, and he's saying she can dump me now. I'm delighted you have finally addressed this issue. One lad pulled out of the trip saying he didn't want to go.
Oh...
Because we might end up in a strip club.
I can hear him.
Lads, I don't want to go to Vegas because there's women, scantily clad women in lap dancing clubs, and I love my wife. I only have eyes for my wife. I'm not going to Vegas.
That's exactly what he said.
That's what he said.
That's exactly
and
what
did
he
they go
said.
anyway?
No. Oh, the lads went.
Yeah. Who wants to stick in the mud like that on your stag trip? No.
Now, Stephen, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Stephen?
Good.
Now, Stephen, we were talking about household chores that you hate. What household chore do you hate?
I despise cleaning the oven, Adrian.
Oh, there's nothing worse.
But isn't there a man? Isn't there a man who comes and does that for you? You can actually hire a company to come in and do that for you.
Really? How lazy would you have to be?
No, there's the man who'll come and clean your oven for you.
Oh, in fact, on the website is oven.ie.
There you go.
I never knew that existed.
Yeah, so instead, it is a tedious job. Actually, I don't think I've ever done it.
Well, he sounds like the saviour, Adrian. I'm going to get straight onto him.
Yeah, you just you call the man, and the man comes around and he does your oven for you. Saves you the chore of doing it.
Well, he doesn't have a man, by the way, or he doesn't have a name, but his website is oven.ie. And I'm reading up here, such is the demand for this, that these lads are out the door because people don't like cleaning their ovens.
Yep.
It's got to be one of the worst.
It is a tedious job.
Well, now, hang on here. I'm looking at to clean a single oven. What's a single oven?
An ordinary every day.
Okay, I presume that's okay. To clean a single oven, 75 quid. I'm sorry, I'll get down on my own hands and knees for 6 hours and do it. I'm not paying 75 quid to have my oven.
It's worth it. You've obviously never done it then.
Well, no, our oven isn't dirty because my wife won't cook in the bloody thing.
Really?
Oh, it's as new as the day it was bought. It's ridiculous. It's shiny. Now, my oven has never seen a joint of beef or lamb or chicken. Not at all. No. Now, the microwave is manky. But the oven,
So
no.
we had roast chicken out of our oven yesterday. You've never had that?
No.
Get rid of her.
No.
Thanks, Stephen. Oven cleaning. Yeah, get the man.
Oh, here's one. This is a chore I hate about sorting socks.
I just don't. I actually throw them out.
What?
If after the wash has been done and there's just like 4 spare socks, in the bin with them.
Really?
I couldn't be arsed. I just couldn't. Another one is I hate emptying the dishwasher. Emptying the dishwasher is a lot better than actually washing the dishes. Isn't it?
Now, Paul and Skerry's, you've no idea how much I detest the job you're talking about, peeling potatoes.
I hate it myself, yeah.
Well, I did until a year ago, Adrian. And then I realised that shops actually sell potatoes that are peeled already.
Already, yeah.
Isn't that brilliant, isn't it?
It is. Especially in your house where you just have potatoes for dinner, do you? Because nothing comes out of the oven.
Basically, the rules in our house are if it'll go in the microwave, that's what we're having for dinner.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. No, it's okay.
So is that why you spend so much time in your mother's house?
Why, because her cooking is better than my wife's cooking?
Yeah, yeah.
I never said that.
You did. You just said it there. Peter, what chore in the house do you hate?
I hate doing the dishes, lads. I absolutely can't stand it.
Now, have you not got a dishwasher?
I don't have a dishwasher, no, I don't.
Would you not invest in one?
I would invest in one, but it's too awkward with the kitchen I have.
Oh, right.
To try to get a dishwasher in, you know. But, and I have to laugh as well. I just got a text there from my wife. She's obviously listening, saying, are you listening to 98 FM? Do more chores.
Well, no, we didn't say that.
No, we didn't. This is from the Mail Online. If you don't do more chores, your relationship is doomed.
I was doomed from the start, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
So do you do nothing around the house?
I do, actually. I do my fair share.
What do you do? What do you do?
I do the dishes.
You do the dishes.
I do the dishes, and you know what as well? I just heard you saying there, storing out socks is the most
it's tedious, yeah. It is tedious. Now, I know a mate of mine actually just buys plain black socks. That's all he ever buys.
Yeah,
he doesn't buy any colours, no designs, no nothing. Just plain black socks, and then there's no sorting.
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
Oh, here's another job, turning over the mattress.
But that only takes 10 seconds.
No, it doesn't. You have to take all the bedclothes off. And what about hoovering under the bed?
Yeah, that's tedious.
Because you have to take everything out from under the bed.
Yeah, it's tedious, yeah.
Just get a bloody cleaner in.
This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks.
The voice of the city.
98 FM's Dublin Talks.
This is going to cause a bit of upset, isn't it? Earlier on the week, we had a woman on the show who caused a lot of anger by saying that she goes around every day in her tracksuit, more or less admitting that she barely makes any effort to look good, and she says that her fella finds her sexy in a tracksuit. And it got us thinking about Irish women and whether or not Irish women make as much of an effort to look good. Because you go to Rome or to Milan and you will see women wearing, head to toe in lovely clothes, wearing heels. They'll never go outside the door wearing makeup. They'll always look pristine, won't they?
Yeah.
You walk through the streets of Milan, you're not going to see a woman with greasy, gelled back hair and a shell tracksuit or a pair of pyjamas.
Maybe not.
No. But in Ireland, that is different. So we decided to take to the streets to find out how people feel about this. And guess what? Guess what, Adrian?
What?
The majority of Irish people actually agree that Irish women don't make an effort, that they let themselves go, that they go out in tracksuits, they go out in their pyjamas, that they just don't make an effort to look good. Didn't Victoria Beckham a few years ago, and she is, I suppose, the style icon of the world, isn't she?
Really?
She knows what fashion is.
Yeah.
You would, wouldn't you? No?
No.
Was she not?
Not at all, no.
What?
Go on.
Did she not famously say a few years ago that she'd never be caught dead in public wearing a tracksuit or Ugg boots?
I think she did.
Yeah, she did. She says even if she's going down to the shops to buy a dozen eggs, that she'll always dress up. She'll put her heels on and she'll wear her nice sexy jeans and a nice top. She's not going to put a tracksuit on and a pair of Ugg boots.
Well, we'd like to hear from you. Call us right now on 6797 981. Do you think it's fair to say that a lot of Irish women don't make an effort to look well? Walk down O'Connell Street and you'll see throws of women walking around in tracksuits with barely a bit of makeup on and greasy hair. Or is this being completely unfair?
I think the greasy hair thing's a bit unfair, is it?
Well, some people can't help having greasy hair.
I don't know. How do you get greasy hair? I don't know. Let me read out a text from Kaylee. Well, I don't go out in tracksuits or PJs. I don't wear makeup, but I pick clothes and wear my hair the way I like it. I don't think you should dress for other people. Yeah, that may be the case, Kaylee, but what people are saying on the street is make a bit of an effort. Like if you're going into town to shop on a Saturday afternoon, don't wear a tracksuit.
Why not?
I have a big issue with tracksuits.
Well, I mean, you can argue, why not?
It should be only worn in the gym.
You hardly want people walking around doing their Christmas shopping wearing high heels and whatever.
Yeah, why not?
Because they're very uncomfortable.
Look a bit classy.
Siobhan,
so how do you know if high heels are uncomfortable?
I've been told. Siobhan, you're on 98FM. Hi, Siobhan.
Hi, is it to me you're speaking?
Oh, that's you. It is you I'm speaking to.
Oh, well, hi. My name is Sandra. It's not Siobhan.
Oh, sorry. Our incompetent Katie just hasn't a clue.
No worries at all.
Sorry, Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Right, well, I would be of the older age group, okay? Picture the scene. You're running down to work, get the bus into Parnell Square, down O'Connell Street and across to Pearse Street, yes?
Okay, thanks for that.
You wouldn't be wearing, it was jeans, a jumper and a shirt at the time. Everybody wore them. So they had to be, say, Levi's or Wrangler right? That evolved then into, with the tracksuits came out of the football gear. And it's a fashion statement not so much a statement, that's wrong. It's a fashion set that came from the sporting end of things.
Yes, no, I know that. But
by the way, wearing a tracksuit is a fashion statement. It says, I don't care that I look like a slob and a shav. Isn't that what it says?
No, that's the idea that you're supposed to look like this. It's not that you don't care. Oh, because these people wouldn't shop in anything less than the label. It evolved. It evolved because Ireland is... If you were to you compare this with Rome and Milan, and that was a little bit out of it. If you went to London, now you would get Glasgow, Edinburgh, up to Belfast, then you would get the same. It's the same sort of mentality. It's weather. It's also practical. You're running down streets that you can't even push a buggy properly on, and you're tripping up over stones and pavements that aren't great.
No, but the point is that you should look $1 million every. Like my missus always insists she won't leave the house without wearing matching bra and underwear, and she says in case she got knocked down and ends up in hospital,
that's just silly.
That's amazing. No, not everybody is like that.
No.
It is. There is my mom would have been the very same. I am so the opposite. I put on the trousers and the polo shirt. Have it on now, and that's what I would do my daily tasks in, because you're working
your daily tasks, okay.
Sorry?
What are your daily tasks?
My daily tasks, right, I have 6 children, so I'm working away at home, I'm in the car, I'm running around the shop, I'm running here, I'm running there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, chasing your tail, getting nowhere.
Woman's work is never done.
Well, it's like that, and for men as well. What my point is, you need something comfortable and practical. You need
and you think that a tracksuit can be just the job, comfortable and practical?
Personally, myself, it's absolutely awful, but I did go through it, you know.
Okay, stay there for 1 second.
Sure.
What's your name? Sandra. 6797981 is our telephone number. Steve, you're on 98FM. How are you, Steve?
Hello, Adrian. How
Good,
you doing?
Steve. Not bad, thank you. Steve, do you think Irish women make enough effort to look good?
Point blank, no, Adrian. I mean, it's quite obvious they don't. I've lived all over Europe, Adrian. I lived in Sweden, I've lived in Scandinavia, I lived in France for a while. Talking about women's fashion sense, I mean, those countries to me are in the Premier League. Irish women are in non-league, in my opinion. I'll give you an example, Adrian. During the summertime, hot day, I've got an associate who comes over to visit me every now and then from Sweden. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Have you ever been to Sweden?
Just once, fleetingly, for a couple of hours. Yeah.
You never told me.
Well, let me tell you, lads. Women in Sweden, men as well, by the way. Men in general, they dress immaculate. They are immaculate. That's the word I'd use for them. Immaculate.
Right.
They care about their nails, their appearance. They're beautiful girls in general. Anyway, I picked up this guy in the summertime, hot day. I think it was back in July. We drove in through Ballymun from the airport, out through Parnell Square, and we saw some of these. I call them things. These things with the tracksuits on, and pajama women, pajama girls, whatever you bloody call them. And this bloke was saying, why are they dressed out in the open? Why are they wearing these things out in the street? I couldn't explain it to him. I was actually embarrassed. I'm actually proud to live in this country, but I mean...
have you ever been with an Irish woman?
Pardon me?
Have you ever been with an Irish woman?
My first wife, Jeremy, you may recall, my first wife was Irish, Jeremy. Yeah, my wife is from Thailand.
Right, but the question we're asking is, like, for example, is there anything wrong in a woman going out to do the shopping, going into town wearing a tracksuit, or a man for that matter?
It's about having pride in your appearance, Adrian.
And what, a tracksuit means you don't have pride in your appearance?
There's nothing worse than seeing these women going down the street with their bellies hanging out. Let's face it. It looks awful. It looks bloody awful. I hate the summertime in Dublin.
Not everybody wearing a tracksuit has their belly hanging out.
Well, I think tracksuits in general, to me, there's no class to a tracksuit. It's what scumbags wear, in my opinion.
So are you saying Irish women have let themselves go? They're lazy. They don't make any effort to look good.
Absolutely. In my experience, that's why my first marriage broke up. You may recall we talked about marriage, I think it was a couple of years ago in your programme. The main reason I broke up was because my wife let herself go. She had a baby, and she wouldn't get back in the gym afterwards. She became a big, sitting on the couch all day, and that was one of the main reasons we broke up. So, I mean, to me, I run my own business. It's very important how I look and how I present myself, and that trickles down to who I choose to have on my arm as well. So that's why Asian women I find are immaculate as well.
Okay, so in answer to our question today, and this is what we're talking about, do you think Irish women make enough effort? Now, obviously, we're talking about on average, because some women do make a huge effort. But on average, do you think Irish women make enough of an effort to look good?
Absolutely not, Adrian. At the weekend, you see the girls all tarted up at the weekend. Fair enough, they look all right with a bit slap on their face and all that, and they're dressed accordingly at the weekend. But in general, you walk around town. This bloke was shocked. I mean, this guy's a Swedish fella. He was wearing a sharp suit, well groomed, all that, and he couldn't believe what he was seeing. They walk around town dressed like that. And I was actually embarrassed to drive into the city which I've lived in for many, many years. I was actually embarrassed. I really was embarrassed that these women would let their country down like this, especially Dublin women particularly.
Steve, stay there for 1 second. 6797 981 is our telephone number. 087 798 98 98 is our text or WhatsApp number.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Saying that all Irish women?
No, well, obviously not all Irish women. This is a stupid statement to make. But he's saying on average he believes that Irish women don't make enough of an effort to look good. Sarah, you're on 98FM. How are you, Sarah?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, thank you, Sarah. What do you want to say?
What I mean, the Irish women aren't slobs. There's a few of them that don't bother with themselves, but the majority of Irish women that I know, that they all look after themselves. Just because they don't cap themselves in makeup every single day doesn't mean they don't look after themselves.
Well, now there you go, Steve.
Let me ask you, love, do you ever walk through Parnell Square or Ballymun? Answer that question.
Yeah, I've got good friends up there, actually, yeah.
So you do walk through the city centre around Parnell Square on a regular basis, do you? Okay. You're telling me people in those areas are well dressed, are you? The women are well dressed, are they?
Well, the ones I know would be, yeah, and they'd have their makeup done.
You're talking out your arse, love. You're talking out your arse.
No, I'm not talking out my arse.
I was embarrassed letting this bloke see the women the way they were dressed on a hot day, wearing pyjamas and wearing a scummy tracksuit out of Dunn stores where they bloody get their stuff.
Because you wear a tracksuit, you're a scumbag.
I'm saying it shows a lack of class, love. I like classy women. I like classy women who are well groomed and take care of their appearance.
Okay, stay there for 1 second, because I've actually a lady on the next line who agrees with what Steve is saying. You believe the same, Crystal. You don't believe Irish women make an effort?
Absolutely not.
And where are you from?
I'm from Estonia, so I'm from a different country, but I don't want to say all Irish women.
No, because it'd be stupid to say all Irish women.
Yeah, the enormous amount out there is looking ridiculous when they walk on the street.
Really? An enormous amount of women from Ireland look ridiculous walking the street. Okay, so in what way do they look ridiculous? Explain to me, Crystal.
I think it comes down to being lazy still, or the fact is, like, they've grown up in a society where they see people wearing, like the young kids already, they see their moms, aunties, other women on the street wearing the tracksuits or sleep clothes or this, I don't know what's on the streets, and they will not have a fashion idea when they grow up. They will do the same because everybody else around doesn't care what they wear.
Now, some people argue, and it's not a very strong and convincing argument, I have to be honest. Some people argue that, to dress fashionably costs money. It actually doesn't.
It doesn't really.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You can dress fashionably out of pennies and duns, to be quite honest with you.
So would you ever go to the shops or go out in public in a tracksuit?
Me? No, because like when I used to grow up, we had a gym class when I was a teenager in school, and our girls would say, "Oh my God, today is a gym class. I forgot my tracksuit." They wouldn't even wear a tracksuit into the school on the day of a gym class. They would come with separate clothes, and they would take their tracksuit with them in a bag because they wouldn't wear them.
So a tracksuit is for getting fit or working out or whatever,
exactly.
or going for a brisk walk or whatever.
Or a walk in the park or something.
But nothing other than that.
Absolutely not.
And that is your attitude. So when you see, as you do, all you have to do is walk into town today and you'll see hundreds of women and men, for that matter, wearing tracksuits and dressed slobbily, basically. You think they should be making more of an effort?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, it doesn't even need to make an effort. The point, it looks like they woke up in the morning, they wear their home clothes, the clothes that you are comfortable with sitting on a couch watching TV, you know. And when they decide that, their friend calls or something, I'm going to go out now to town or to the shop or to the street, they don't care to change their clothes. It's down to a laziness part. Like, just go upstairs, take your closet, take your jeans or take your regular pants, just wear them and don't put sneakers. There's plenty of like ballerina type of shoes or boots, and they don't have to be high heels.
See, a lot of people, the lines are now jammed with people ringing saying, what right have you, a foreign national living here, to... here's one comment from one. What right has she got to tell us what way to dress? She's not even from Ireland.
Well, I'm not telling them how to dress, but that is looking ridiculous when you walk down the street, because most of those people you see, like a few... I think months ago, there came out an article in the newspaper, really big and huge problem, that by 2017, the approximate, the overweight population of the whole Irish people, women, men, include everybody, 80% is overweight. By 2017, 80% of the whole population of Ireland.
Yeah, but this isn't about being overweight, because you can be over. I can't believe I'm defending fashies on the show, but you can be overweight and still dress elegantly.
And you can, of course. Yeah.
So this isn't about weight. This is about people making.
No, but her point is, it's all to do with being slobbish and being, just not giving a damn.
It's not like that. It's more like I have kids, right, and they go to sports classes, and there are other parents there. And Irish parents included, amongst others, and I have friends amongst them. The point is, those women who take their kids to those classes, they do training themselves. They go to gym. If you go to the gym, you put on your tracksuit, you do your gym stuff. After that, you're sweaty. You're going to change out of those clothes. But I don't know any of them who would change it into another tracksuit.
There are lots who will actually do that. Steve, this is your kind of woman, is it?
Yes, sir. That just proves. People in outside of Ireland, Adrian, a lot of them got a lot of class. And you see, Polish women are always very, very well groomed. Girls from Eastern Europe are always very, very well groomed.
Relax there, Steve. She's not for sale. Relax there.
I'm not trying to buy her, mate. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't be silly. I'm a very happily married man, Jeremy. My wife is from Thailand, and again, they are immaculate. I've just noticed living in this country for a long, long time, particularly Dublin women, they don't take pride in their appearance. Going to the shop, make a bit of effort, love. Don't go down with a tracksuit with your belly hanging out. Nobody wants to see that.
There's a quote of the day: Irish women don't take pride in their appearance. That's a lovely thing to say.
Absolutely. Well, I stand by that. As I say, you walk through Ballymun, you walk through Parnell Square, and the proof is in the pudding, mate. It's all there. It's there in front of your eyes.
Let me ask you, Crystal, compared to Ireland, do the ladies in Estonia dress much more classy?
Yeah. Actually, I've been living in Ireland for 12 years now, and I've also a little bit become a habit for me of using less of my, let's say I go out, I would only use a mascara instead of putting a full makeup on, or even clothes-wise, I would sometimes take a winter jacket instead of a coat, like a nice long coat for a woman. If I go to my country, I'm ashamed to go to city centre because I would look like, even if I dress up really nice, because I wouldn't have the clothes that they wear there. Most of the people there would be like high class office people, and it's not.
But let's remember that Estonia isn't a wealthy country.
No, it's not.
It's nothing to do with money. It's to do with class, isn't it?
All right, stay there for a second. Simon, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Simon?
Good, Adrian. Good, thank you.
Now, Simon, what did you want to say?
I just want to talk to that man that, I don't know, I can't remember his name, the Englishman you had on there.
Steve is his name. Sorry, can you speak into your phone there, Simon?
Yeah, hang on. He's basically turned around and he's called Dublin women going around wearing tracksuits. He's basically said that they're scumbags. Okay?
Well, no, he didn't say that. He said slobs.
Well, scumbag, I'm sure he said scumbag a minute ago. But anyway, the definition of a scumbag to me is basically what he just said he did. He more or less said that he left his first wife because she let herself go after having a child. Now that just screams scumbag to me.
Yeah, it kind of does, I have to be honest.
You know?
But okay, just back to the point. A text came in a couple of minutes ago and it says, if you go to Eastern Europe, the only women you see wearing tracksuits are junkies.
Well, I don't know. I don't go to Eastern Europe.
Would that be a fair statement, Crystal?
Well, I wouldn't know about that because I don't go questioning them. But it would be, like, for me, it would be, like, shameful to walk down the city centre in my tracksuit, yeah.
Who knew that Eastern European women had such a big thing against tracksuits?
Well, there you
go. Shameful.
There you go, yeah.
City centre.
Bridie! Oh, sorry. Turn down your radio there, Bridie.
There you go.
There you go. How are you?
I'm grand. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank
Bridie,
you.
are you an Irish slob of a woman?
Oh, I am, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
What did you want to say, Bridie?
Well, I'm 60 years of age and I wear tracksuit bottoms all the time. That's what I feel comfortable in, and I don't think it's anything to do with anybody coming over from England telling us what to wear and calling us names.
I'd say
if he doesn't like what he sees in Dublin, let him go back to England.
I'd say you're a right looker, are you, Bridie?
I am.
I'd say you turn heads.
Well, now, there you go, Steve. Off back to England with you, Steve.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've made my life here, Adrian, but that's beside the point. It's just an observation I've made. I lived here for a long time. I'm a taxpayer, you know. It's an observation. It doesn't really matter where I'm from, love. But you say, I mean, if you're wearing tracksuit bottom, what age are you, love? What age are you?
I'm 60 years of age.
Are you wearing tracksuit bottoms at 60 years of age?
Yes, I do.
And you think that's classy, do you?
It is, yeah. To me, it is.
You're on a different planet, love. You're on a different planet. You want to get a grip.
No, you want to get a grip.
A 60-year-old woman wearing tracksuit bottom. Tracksuits are for kids.
Come over here and tell me.
Tracksuits are for kids in the gym. That's all they're for. Tracksuits are for kids, not for geriatrics. 60-year-old wearing tracksuit bottoms. You're a disgrace.
I am, yeah. My husband doesn't think so.
Tracksuits are for kids, love. Not for OAPs. You understand?
Excuse me, I'm not an old age pensioner.
You're not far off it, love. You're not far off it, are you? You're not far off it. Either way, that you look ridiculous walking around. I'm sure you look ridiculous walking around town with a pair of tracksuit bottoms on at 60 years of age.
No, I don't.
Have a bit of pride in your appearance, love. Dress up a little bit for your husband. Have a bit of a pride in your appearance.
Do you know what to do? Go and play with yourself, son.
Have a pride in your appearance, love. Don't wear tracksuits. No, it shows a complete sign of a lack of class, in my opinion. A complete lack of class.
Okay, well, she's gone off the line. But, sorry, so for this lady to be wearing tracksuit bottoms, you just think shows a complete and utter lack of class?
At 60 years, listen, I can kind of tolerate it for a young person. You know, they're watching these rap videos and all that, Adrian. I can kind of tolerate it for a young person in their teens or early 20s. But someone at 60 years of age wearing tracksuit bottoms, come on.
Hey, Steve.
And when you hear somebody like Crystal saying that she would be embarrassed to be seen walking down the street in a tracksuit.
Absolutely. Right. She's 100% right. She's right. And if my mum is well past 60, if she was wearing tracksuit bottoms in the 60s or 70s, I'd be humiliated.
Steve, what do you think of women who drop the kids to school in their pyjamas?
Again, I'm lost for words with that one. Pajama girls, whatever they're called, I find that ridiculous as well.
Okay, Paul, you're on 98 FM. How are you, Paul?
How you doing? Yeah.
Good, Paul.
I just heard Stephen's gas man coming on here talking about class and all and what women are wearing and all. He left his poor wife there after having a kid. Then he heads off the toilet to get a ma. for himself, because probably no one will touch at him because he knows that money's awarded in Thailand. So what's that say about him? That's not classy. Sure, right? Anybody get a wife over there once you have money.
It is a conversation for another day, but yeah, I take the point.
It's none of his business.
No, you can't come on here talking about class and then like he heads off to Thailand to find a bottle.
Paul, it's none of his business where there's lots of people that marry women from other countries. What, we should only ever marry Irish women?
No one said that. But
well, that's what you were saying.
Have you ever been to Thailand, Jeremy?
No, Adrian's a regular visitor to the place.
I've been to Thailand too.
Well, look here.
Well, you are.
Sorry, I go with my other half.
Of course, your other half.
I've come with my other half, my fiancée, for years.
Is that not like bringing an apple to an orchard?
But anyway,
listen, 99% of men are going over there aren't going for the seniors.
I agree with you, Paul.
What did you go for, Adrian?
Well, here, I can honestly tell you, my other half wouldn't let me go to Thailand on my own.
That's a conversation for another day.
She's been there, she's seen the way it operates.
We have a mate who goes to Thailand and his wife lets him go and he says he's going to play golf. I don't even think there's golf courses in Thailand.
There are.
Are there?
But any woman...
But it wouldn't be known as a golfing community, would it?
Any woman who falls for that, I'm going with the lads to play golf in Thailand. What's wrong with going to Spain to play golf? Like, it's only down the road, you know what I mean? You're a fool. But anyway, Laura, you're on 98 FM. Hiya, Laura.
I think your man about the same, and he's from England. Has he ever turned down and looked at the half of like Polish people or Estonian to go around in skirts that have their legs are huge, size of 3 tons? Now, I'm not saying I'm not no with it or anything. I find I barely wear tracksuits, and I will say that. But I find the comfort in the tracksuits. But I wear jeans too. And some women that wear jeans absolutely have fat hanging out of them. Now, there's another thing. He left his wife because she had a baby.
No, that's not why he left his wife. Didn't leave his wife because she had a baby.
No, he basically said he left his wife because she let herself go. That's really what he was saying. I'd love to continue this conversation. Steve, you've annoyed an awful lot of people, but unfortunately...
No, a lot of people are actually texting and said they agree with him.
No, I agree. Although he needs to have a look at the dirt walking around London, says one texter. And I have to be honest, you do see it in London as well.
Shav Central.
You do. Anyway, thanks very much indeed for all of your calls. This is 98 FM's Dublin Talks.
The show getting Dublin talking.
98 FM's Dublin Talks.